look, it's how you feel. From subtle, natural aesthetics to personalized wellness care, everything we do is intentional. This is beauty with purpose. At Vibe Men's Health, we take that same approach. We focus on what matters most: strength, energy, and performance. Built on real data, real medicine, and real results, we're here to help you look better, feel stronger, and live fully. Come vibe with us today.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 9.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 9. You have made it to your Sunday night, and we are not getting ready for the work week tomorrow. We are getting ready for your Memorial Day. So very excited that you joined me here in the Room to Room Weather Center as I'll be walking you through those rain changes that are ongoing right now, but especially into the overnight period and what that looks like for your Monday ahead as we celebrate this 3-day weekend. All of that's coming up throughout the broadcast ahead. So let's take a look at your headlines. Some sprinkles overnight, especially just affecting only a few of us. We're not talking about widespread rain chances tonight. We're still not really talking about widespread rain chances tomorrow. We're talking about those isolated showers continuing to stay consistent in the forecast and bugging a few of us. Unfortunately, they continue to bug the most southeastern portions of our viewing area, but we're still going to be talking about those pop-up showers all across North Mississippi tomorrow. I'll show you guys if you're kind of in the latest model run of where some of those showers could pop up for your Memorial Day tomorrow. But those dry conditions, that's what we're really keeping our eyes on and kind of keeping our fingers crossed for. They're continuing to take their time. So not really expecting those dry conditions to return anytime soon here to North Mississippi. We're still expecting above average rainfall. That's been the forecast. That's been the story. It'll continue to be that way into the rest of the work week ahead. But let's take some live looks across North Mississippi where some showers are ongoing. Out here in Macon, we're starting to see some of those just kind of heavy downpours, very small just showers moving on through, but 74 degrees out there, feels like 72. A few people still driving to and from their plans, but showcasing the city out there in the distance, but still feeling pretty amazing as you walk out of the doors this evening, especially if you're staying dry. Another look where we had some showers. We're out here in Boonville, 72 degrees, feels like 64. So maybe those showers kind of went across that camera and cooling you off just a little bit. But again, as you can tell, we're not talking about anything energetic tonight, not much to look at here, just kind of that dark horizon off in the distance. But still, just talking about mostly dry conditions, just a few showers moving through our area. Out here towards Cleveland, 77 degrees, feels like 79. And if you're not really talking about those rainy conditions, we're talking about those cloudy conditions. That's what I meant to say just a second ago, but still feeling pretty nice as you walk out of the door this evening and kind of enjoy any outdoor plans you have tonight. Now the first 12 still showcasing those kind of light showers and sprinkles continuing to move through North Mississippi while most of us continue to experience these mostly cloudy conditions. And as we continue into the overnight period, we will start to see these rain chances return, especially within your early morning hours, as we'll see 30% coverage by 7 o'clock, increasing to 40 by 10, as we'll see kind of another batch of just showers moving on through. Not talking about anything intense or severe, just going to be some light to heavy showers kind of moving through our area. In fact, we're already kind of seeing what that could look like tomorrow. It's just going to be kind of these small storms and just cells popping up all across North Mississippi. A little heavier one out there pretty much along the state line just outside of Lowndes County, crossing into Alabama. But that's about it. It's not a complex system or line of energetic storms moving through North Mississippi tomorrow. Just some showers and sprinkles, could be some heavy downpours all throughout the day tomorrow. And thankfully, once it moves on through your area, you're going to be good to go for the rest of the day. Not really going to be experience those soggy conditions too awfully long. Now, the latest look at surface analysis is still showing this low pressure system out there in Texas, and that's going to continue shifting closer and closer towards us here in North Mississippi. What's now responsible for those rain chances heading into the next few days, and we'll see that on our futurecast models coming on up. But more intense rainfall continues to stay further out there in Georgia. We're not quite experiencing that at this moment. Now, futurecast, as you can tell, this is starting off around 9 o'clock and already depicting a little bit more rainfall than what's actually occurring. So this model run being pretty aggressive with those rain chances here across North Mississippi. So take this with a grain of salt. But what we are confident on are returning to those drier conditions overnight, but starting to see some of those sprinkles into the overnight period. And then, of course, those soggy conditions returning tomorrow. A few of these downpours could be a little bit heavier at times. And we're seeing those that low pressure system get closer and closer towards us here in North Mississippi, keeping that heavier, kind of more intense or just kind of stormy weather further on south outside of our viewing area here in North Mississippi. Now the next 24 still showcasing a somewhat soggy Memorial Day ahead for us tomorrow. Again, not all of us experiencing this rain and not experiencing it all day long, but it will gradually move through North Mississippi. Starting off in the mid 60s by 6 o'clock, low 70s by 9, continue to warm up to pretty much the low 80s for your highs tomorrow. Keeping that rain in the forecast all day long. But again, it's just going to continues to pop up all across North Mississippi, kind of like bubbles on a stove, as we'll slowly cool off towards the low 70s by 9 o'clock tomorrow evening. So of course, I know that was kind of a broad regional look at those rain chances coming on up for your Monday. So I'm going to give you a zoomed in-depth look on everything you can expect for your Monday ahead tomorrow, but also what the start of the work week looks like, because it's never too early to start planning for that, especially we get another day before we get back to those work week responsibilities. So all that will be coming up right after this break.
How do you know if your roofer is actually telling you the truth or just trying to sell you something you don't need? I'm Chris with Absolute Restoration. When we come out, we don't tell you what's wrong. We show you with photos, videos, and documentation. You'll see exactly what we see so you can make your own decision. And we back our work with a 50-year warranty and a 25-year algae warranty. Plus, no cost upgrades with 0% financing and no payment for 6 months.
When CK Little opened his doors in downtown Corinth nearly 80 years ago, his plan was simple: deliver excellent service and exceed expectations. That's why we say a little gift goes a long way.
Hate is loud, but love is the majority.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather at 9. Real quick, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. We're still talking about those rain showers as we start off the, well, technically work week, but our Memorial Day starting off tomorrow and then into our Tuesday, as we're going to slowly warm up towards pretty much the mid 80s by your Wednesday and Thursday. That's also when our rain chances are at the lowest, so that sun's starting to have an impact on us, warming North Mississippi up as we get ready for the next week ahead. And honestly, all eyes continue to be on next Sunday and into Monday, as we'll hopefully, like I mentioned in the 6 o'clock, fingers crossed, start talking about drier conditions returning to North Mississippi. Just not quite the story yet. Take a look at those current conditions right now here in Tupelo. 73 degrees, feels like 72, so not bad as you walk out of the door this evening. But for you guys out here in Lee County, not quite talking about those rainy conditions, hoping to keep it that way for most of the overnight period in store. Now coming back to Futurecast, this model run already doing a lot better, so starting to get that latest look at that, kind of get inputted into our system, showcasing some of those showers down there closer towards Lowndes, and it was pretty much down there in Macon, heavier shower out there towards the Delta. But as we continue throughout the overnight period, these rain chances will try to build up just a little bit, dumping more rainfall across North Mississippi, but we're already returning to drier conditions by 11 o'clock. Maybe a few kind of just a stray shower out there towards Greenville and just south of Cleveland, but that's about it. Mostly dry conditions will return, of course, overnight when we're not doing anything besides sleeping. And then once those rain chances come back, it'll be when we're ready to start our day tomorrow, especially if you're starting off pretty early. We can start talking about a few sprinkles and just light showers moving through North Mississippi, coming out of the south and moving north across our viewing area. That's around 6 o'clock, a little bit more evident out there towards Grenada County and getting closer towards the Greenwood area. So still not talking about anything intense or severe as you go about your day tomorrow, but we're still unfortunately keeping those rain chances in the forecast for your Memorial Day. Now those low temperatures, again, a mild start to morning tomorrow as we're only dropping off towards the mid 60s. This is about as low as we've been able to drop throughout the past few days, which is right around average for this time of year. So it's not like we're elevated, but we're not able to cool off as much into the overnight period in store. Now take a look at your Memorial Day forecast. Again, we're talking about those rain chances, but we're not really talking about anything super energetic or just really intense or severe as we go about the day. Maybe a rumble of thunder is on the table, but it should just be some heavy downpours, maybe a brief gust of wind. But starting off in the upper 60s, like we just mentioned, mid 70s by noon. By 3 o'clock should be a little bit warmer than 74, so I'll have to go double check that, but getting closer towards the low 80s for your highs later on tomorrow afternoon. Now coming back to Futurecast, let's talk about these soggy conditions and of course come back during the 10 o'clock because we'll have the latest updated look at this model run coming up. So still, we'll have another one coming out by the 10, so it'll give you the latest look at that. But we're still talking about soggy conditions primarily further on south. So for you guys out there towards Winston County, going to be a little bit soggier of a morning as you wake up and kind of start your day for your Memorial Day ahead. And as we continue throughout the mid-morning hours, still talking about those soggy conditions primarily in the southeastern portion of our viewing area. Further northwest you go, especially closer towards the Memphis region, not quite talking about that rainfall. So you can start off your day pretty dry and continue to do so throughout much of the day ahead. But these showers, as we get closer towards the lunchtime period and that sunshine and kind of heat starts kicking in, will start to provide a little bit heavier of these downpours into your afternoon hours. And that's just going to continue throughout the rest of your Memorial Day as well. Again, not quite talking about an intense just line moving through North Mississippi, but the potential for a brief pop-up shower is on the table for just about anyone here in North Mississippi, kind of reaching that summertime season of just those summertime pop-ups, thunderstorms, or showers. That's kind of what we're seeing here as we go about our afternoon tomorrow. So by 2:30, still seeing some of those showers a little bit more concentrated along the state line by 2:30. And then by 3, 4, 5, we're still talking about these showers just sticking around North Mississippi, a little heavier out there towards Clarksdale, outside of Cleveland and Greenville, pretty much along the Mississippi River. And I was covering up some more of the action across the state line in Alabama, but still pretty soggy conditions in Winston, Oktibbeha, Lowndes, and Noxubee County by 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. So unfortunately, still looks to be kind of a soggy Memorial Day ahead, but thankfully it's not going to be one of those rainy days all day long. So there will be brief periods and breaks in the rain that we can take advantage of, but of course, it'll feel pretty muggy and humid outdoors as well. I have the latest look at that coming on up, but the high temperatures again will be pretty much the low 80s across North Mississippi, which is also below average. So this will be the coolest part of our week coming up. So we get to enjoy that as we go about our Memorial Day, especially with those feels like values making us feel just slightly cooler. So there's definitely a positive side to this forecast, but unfortunately, we're just continuing to talk about those rainy conditions as if we haven't been tired of hearing them by now here in North Mississippi. Now, coming back to Futurecast, still talking about these rainy and soggy conditions by Monday at 6 o'clock. This is going to continue throughout the overnight period and, of course, continuing that same pattern of returning to drier conditions overnight, right when we are indoors and kind of in bed for the night. Starting to talk about a few of those soggy conditions returning in the early morning hours. This is around 4 o'clock now, a little bit further northwest across our viewing area as that low pressure system gets closer and closer towards our region. With that, kind of bringing that rainfall with it. So still primarily out west along the Mississippi River in the most northwestern portions of Mississippi by Tuesday at 8 a.m. And as this continues moving on through, I'm taking off that L. That way it doesn't cover up any of those showers or storms throughout your Tuesday afternoon. By 12:30, still starting to see some of those heavier downpours closer towards the Clarksdale region, northern portions of the Delta by lunchtime. And still, just pop-up showers continue to be in the forecast. So no matter where you are here in North Mississippi, you have the chance for a shower or two as you go about the coming days ahead. Thankfully, we're not talking about a cold front kind of dipping into North Mississippi, bringing anything intense. It's just kind of Mother Nature helping us water the plants, keep the garden going, and allowing us to kind of enjoy the workday, hopefully inside, not having to worry too much about this. But a few of these could be on the heavier side, especially by 6 o'clock on your Tuesday evening, getting closer towards Oktibbeha County, primarily still out there in Winston. So you guys could get a lot of rain within the next few days here, which if you tuned in during the 6 o'clock, we saw most of the rain throughout the next 7 days is primarily out southeast. So I believe that most of that will kind of be within our Monday and Tuesday coming on up. Then hopefully we can continue talking about these spotty showers throughout your pretty much Wednesday and on. But still, talk about these isolated showers throughout your Tuesday, continuing to push further and further into our viewing area here towards Winona around 7:30, Attala County as well, and a little bit heavier out there towards Tunica County on your 7:30 Tuesday evening. And then, of course, we're going back to that same pattern of finally talking about dry conditions at 1 a.m. in the morning when none of us are outside and wanting to do anything, and we're pretty much in bed and kind of sleeping, getting ready for the next rainy day ahead. So like I mentioned earlier, I was kind of mentioning that will be a little bit humid and muggy as you go about the day. So that misery meter index still showcasing just those miserable conditions as you go throughout the next 7-day period. But we are starting to see a decline as we get closer towards next weekend, right on the borderline. So hopefully starting to feel a little bit better, but also just with Mississippi, it's just going to always feel constantly humid and muggy as we go about the days ahead. So hoping to see some relief in the future, but we still have a ways to go until we can get there. Take a look at your high temperatures for your Tuesday. Still pretty much low 80s all across our region. So a little bit warmer on your Tuesday as compared to your Memorial Day tomorrow. So definitely going to be the coolest day and for the 7-day week period coming on up. And those feels like values even making us feel slightly warmer as well. So just already talking about that humidity, that mugginess playing a role in the forecast coming up for your Tuesday coming on up. But that 7-day forecast still showcasing those soggy conditions as we continue throughout the work week ahead. Thankfully, get to enjoy our Memorial Day first, but unfortunately, talk about those rain showers for your Monday into your Tuesday, warming up towards the mid-80s for your Wednesday and Thursday as that rain coverage begins to drop just a little bit, rising yet again for your Friday as we cool off in temperature slightly. And Saturday and Sunday look to be the driest part of the forecast coming on up. So hopefully we're getting closer and closer towards just drier periods here in North Mississippi, but we still got a ways to go. And I know we're gonna be talking about hot, humid, and just awful heat indices coming up this summer for Mississippi. So let's just enjoy this time period because it'll definitely get to the point where we're gonna wish that it was back here. But of course, thank you guys so much for tuning into Mississippi Live Weather at 9. If you wanna continue to stay updated with us, we appreciate it if you download the app and just share it to anybody you want. We'll make sure to send you those updates and alerts anytime anything severe or intense is ongoing here in North Mississippi. We keep our eyes on it 24/7 to make sure you guys are best updated and kept up to date with everything ongoing across our viewing area. But I know all of you guys are probably tired of this rainfall. I'm checking up on the comments right now. Everybody's saying, rain, rain, go away. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. I agree with y'all 100%. So hopefully those drier conditions will return. But wanting to give you the very latest as we get ready for our Memorial Day. And like I mentioned earlier, tune in for the 10 o'clock as we'll have the latest look at those rain chances with our model that comes out hour by hour. So hoping to give you the very best and latest look before you head to bed tonight to get you ready for your Memorial Day plans and anything you want to do outside to try to find a break in the rainfall. But until then, y'all have a fantastic rest of y'all's evening. Have a fantastic Memorial Day tomorrow, and we'll see y'all back here live in the Room to Room Weather Center.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.